Welcome back, guys. Today I'm facing off against Squid DaFeed and the Lisbon Arcanines. I've been looking forward to this one. Squid is my main partner when it comes to mock battles. He's probably the person I've played the most in the world, to be honest. And he's a great guy, and I'm excited to face him. There's some extra intrigue to this matchup because not only are we both 3-0, we are tied for top of the league. We both have plus 12 differential. So, winner of this one will be the sole number one of the YCL up until this point. There's one more week of regular season after this, and then we start playoffs. So I think we're both locked in for playoffs. So this game's more for bragging rights and seeding than anything. But should be a good one. He's got a scary team, of course. Celesteela and Zygarde are two like S tier mons. He's using a lot of guys that I've used in the past actually. Toxapex, Marowak, Claydol, Cottony, as well as Celesteela. So I'm pretty familiar with his team. Not only that, he has Ditto, which is hard to prep for because you basically have to prep for two teams at once because I don't want to get reverse swept by my own Landorus, you know, something like that. So that's something to keep in mind, something I had to keep in mind while I was building for this matchup. Hey guys, Mountay from the future here. Turns out when I actually switched scenes in OBS at this moment, the microphone in this scene was not turned on. So unfortunately, all of the microphone audio from this point on in the video is non-existent. So this is some post commentary for you. You'll still be able to hear the battle sounds because that's a different audio input. But yeah, I'm gonna just be doing some week in the future post commentary here. So let's restart the vid here. Here I am turning on the screen. Right. So let me bring up Squid's team actually real quick. Yeah, so Zeraora is my first mon. I had sub and enough SPDEF / HP to never have Toxapex break my sub with Sludge Wave, or Scald, obviously. So I was planning on subbing on that, and then the reason I wanted sub is because he has so many good switch-ins to Plasma Fist that I couldn't just... I can't spam it against his team, right? Because he has Zygarde, he has two mons with Trace, being Gardevoir and Porygon. He has Ditto, which is essentially another Trace mon. Claydol and Marowak Alola with the, Lightning Rod. So, kind of seems dumb to use electric moves against him, but at the same time, he has Celesteela and Toxapex. So, I needed to bring Zeraora. And then, yeah, Play Rough and Knock were for... Play Rough specifically for Zygarde. Knock was just great for Claydol and Marowak and stuff. Strong bad. I went Assault Vest as a switch into Gardevoir. Pretty good against Claydol. And last ditch, check against like a Celesteela that's boosted its special attack. Potentially live a hit that I shouldn't be able to normally live and Flare Blitz it. That was my thought process with that. Okay, we're moving on to Landorus. Gravity, because, Celesteela. The best way to hit that is to use Gravity and Earth Power. Knockoff for Claydol, which I was pretty sure he was bringing. And Sludge Wave rounds out the coverage, lets me hit Gardevoir a little harder, Cottony. Yeah, that's basically it. This one is basically strictly for Zygarde. Went heavy on defense and HP, so I could live several Skitter Smacks. And then triple axle obviously destroys Zygarde. Couldn't fit Grass Stab on this set. Didn't think I needed it. And then Lumberry, in case he tries to Toxic or Glare, the obvious Sarina switch in. Cash Money, the Blastoise, makes his triumphant return after last week's debacle. Yawn plus Flip Turn, I like that combo. Ice Beam for Zygarde and a Ditto that has become Landorus. And then Spin, because I could not fit Rapid Spin on Sarina this week. And yeah, Blastoise just makes a decent check to like Claydol and switching on Peck's okay. Switches in on Sharpedo, Marowak. Seemed like a decent mon this week. Zygarde even. And then lastly Bronzong with Heatproof and Castleberry and like no speed as a way to 1v1 Marowak under Trick Room in case that happened. And then Rocks, and he's my secondary gravity setter or primary, potentially primary. And then yeah, Explosion's just a essentially a pivoting move for me just to get Landorus in. But yeah, that's basically the team. I'm not sure what else I'm saying here. I'm probably like saying how excited I am to face Squid. We battled once. It was in the SRL like a year ago. Oh, well, we're switching scenes. Now here we are again. This time we're connected with Squid. The lighting's a little better this time, I think. It's nice. So, man brought Cottonee. Do you believe this? I guess mostly as a way to encore my setup mons, as I do have a few. So I get it. But I noticed that his only removal option is Cottonee, and Prankster Defog does not work on dark types. So Incineroar is basically like a spin blocker on Cottonee. So I want to lead Bronzong to get my rocks up early. And I think it's got a decent lead against everything except Zygarde, because I can live a hit from Marowak if it goes for a stab move. And nothing else is great against Bronzong except, yeah, just Zygarde. So, feeling good about the lead, you know? Feeling good about the matchup. Winner probably takes first overall in this league, so some stakes here, you know? A little something on the line. I get the hometown advantage. Beautiful sunny day in the Isle of Armor. Gorgeous day. You know, it's never cloudy on the Isle of Armor. It's truly stunning. He goes for Zygarde first, so that sucks. That was the mon I wanted to see the least. So I go into my dedicated check. He's selecting his move here. He makes a nice read. Spoiler alert. Goes for Skitter Smack first thing. So, not what I was hoping to see, but I still do threaten this thing. I'm looking at the damage here. I'm pretty sure this is like max attack adamant. So, not ideal, but he has to be aware of Triple Axle. And I'm looking at his team and I'm thinking, no one loves taking a Triple Axle. Marowak resists it, but I have knockoff. But I don't think he's staying in. So I think my safest move is to U-turn, scout for any Rocky Helmet mons that he might have. So he switches out, and he goes into Celesteela as I U-turn, and what do you know? He's Helmet on Celesteela, so it's a good thing I didn't Triple Axle. because that would have almost killed me, I think. I consider going Zera or here, but I cannot. I don't think I can Oko. Plus, he has so many Plasma Fist switch-ins, so I just go Bronzong. Thinking this is my chance to get rocks up. He most likely can't do anything to me. I'm heat proof. He probably won't want to go for Earthquake at the risk of wasting a turn. Leash Seed would be the most annoying thing, but I'll just switch out after that. So, yeah, I have no idea what kind of set this is at this point. Here I am saying something. Seems like I've got a lot on my mind. Okay, he switches out. Goes back to this mon. So, even if I were Levitate, 1,000 Arrows would be super effective. That's just how it works on Levitate mons. Different for flying types, but I can't. He can go for it for free. If I switch this in, it'll die to 1,000 Arrows plus a Skitter Smack. I'm talking about Serena here. So I cannot realistically go into Serena. I have to hope I can get it in at a future point and Synthesis. Because right now it's not really able to check Zygarde due to that helmet chip. So, I go to Blastoise. Bit of a secondary check. Because he's going to certainly fear an Ice move. You could probably tell I'm pretty bulky there. I'm not really physically bulky. I think this is a Spadef Blastoise. Forget why. But I go for Yawn. Right now I'm thinking, oh fuck, if he goes Raikou and just Volts, then this was a waste of a move. But luckily he doesn't. He goes to this, and I get it with the Yawn. So his options are Encore and Fall Asleep, Defog and Fall Asleep, or Switch Out. So I U-turn, or Flip Turn, thinking he'll probably switch out, unless he doesn't mind going to sleep. Either way, seems like a win-win to go for Flip Turn here. And he goes for Leech Seed, which it missed, but it doesn't matter. Okay. I swap in Strong Bat and then immediately regret it because I'm like, oh fuck, I could have gone to Landorus and used this as an opportunity to get up Gravity. But this isn't the worst. Going Incineroar. I know he can do anything against me, so I just U-turn. Because he's gonna switch. Right? I can feel it. I can feel it in my plums. So he switches out. Goes back to Zygarde. Yeah. At this point I'm thinking my rocks are up for the duration of the game. Because his sole removal option is Cottony, and that's asleep. So, feeling good about that, you know? Now, this is the opportunity I take to heal up on this mod, because I know, like, he's not going to stay in. The threat of Triple Axle is too real. So, I just Synthesis to make sure I can continue to check this thing in the future. He goes back to Seala. And, yeah. So I'm glad I didn't go for Axel there. Probably would have killed me. Pretty much back at full, which is beautiful. And I'm just going to hard swap, no reason to U-turn. And I am thinking maybe I can get Bronzong in and set up a Gravity then just explode and start going ham with Lando. That's my plan. That's my planderous. But he actually, this mad lad, he went for Earthquake on Sarina. I guess he was expecting Incineroar, but this worked out for him. And I see that he's like pretty attack invested. I don't remember what his exact spread, but you know, this is not a passive Celesteela. So I'm like, ah, fuck. I don't really have a great Earthquake switch in. I mean, I have Sarina, but then I'm in the same spot I was just in. I'm not gonna fight Celesteela with Sarina. And yeah, I could go Lando, but then, you know, that's not a favorable matchup for me unless Gravity's up. So I just let this thing die. Goodbye, Bronzong. Nickname pending on Bronzong. Not sure what I want to call it. Hopefully I'll think of something by playoffs. Yeah, I don't like to force nicknames. I want them to be natural and good. Zeraora is also pending a nickname. I'm thinking about going Zeraora here, but I am worried he survives the Plasma Fist, so I'm still not sure of his bulk. And a +1 Earthquake would kill Zeraora, so I can't have that. So here I'm thinking I'll just switch this dude in. I'll get an Intimidate off, and I threaten him. I threaten to KO with Flare Blades. I decide to double to Landorus, because if he does stay in, he's going for Earthquake. But I also think he'll probably switch out, because he loses this exchange without the attack boost. So Lando seems like a good mid-ground play to cover both options. Because I honestly like Lando against everything except Celesteela until I get Gravity up. Yeah, so he switches out. He goes to Sleepy Cottony. So tired. I go to the boss. Fucking boss. So I'm thinking, alright, it's Gravity time. Okay. Now this is a little risky. So he hasn't burned any sleep turns. I know he's got to use one here. But then, he could, hypothetically, wake up the next turn and encore me into Gravity. Okay? So that would be bad. That would make this a big waste of time. You know, then I'd have to switch out. Wouldn't be great. Luckily, still asleep. So Lando gets the Sludge Wave KO. Gravity is up, so Steel is not coming in. And I like Landorus' chances against the rest of his roster. Feeling good. Feeling good about this at this point. We each have 5 mons left. Pretty back and forth game so far. He goes to this. I was a bit worried about like a Spec Scald, but this I outspeed, so I'm like, alright, let's just see what happens here. We got both of our S+ tier ground types in against each other. I am Mild Nature, which is plus special attack, minus defense. I am Life Orb, I am Sheer Force, I'm using Stab Earth Power. So, you know, easy GG, except it lives. Hits me with a pretty hard 1,000 arrows. Zygarde has great bulk, is what it comes down to. So, I'm like, do I want to risk like extreme speed crit? Like I don't even need to take an extreme speed, because I can go into Sarina. With Queenly Majesty, I take 0 damage from it. So I'm thinking I might as well use the dedicated Zygarde check that I have. Keep the health on Lando. Save him for another day. Plus, if I KO Zygarde there, and he brings in Gardevoir, then he traces Sheer Force, and that could be a problem. But anyway, he makes an amazing read, and goes for Skitter Smack. This guy's been on point with his Skitter Smacks. Truly inspirational. So, what do I do? Yeah, I go for Knock, because Knock will kill him at this point, and just covers any kind of switch in. And he could realistically save this still. Couldn't hurt, right? Well, it could hurt, because he switches in Marowak, which takes rocks, and takes a knockoff, which is the move Marowak hates the most, because it loses its thick club. Super effective, and I'm outspeeding this dude. I EV'd Blastoise, Serena, and Incineroar alt for max speed Adamant Marowak, which was just enough speed on them that if they were Scarf, I could still outspeed them with Lando, in case of like a Scarf Ditto coming in and copying them, which obviously was not a thing. Anyway, Marowak goes down. I'm thinking he just goes Celesteela here? Don't recall. But, you know, things are starting to shift my way a little bit. Okay, he goes to this. I'm not sure why he didn't go Celesteela. But yeah, Bronzonic's dead, so I might as well go to my Assault Vest Mon. Immune to one of his stabs, neutral to the other, and then he doesn't have super effective coverage. Does it get Focus Blast? Actually, maybe it does. Probably does, actually. But whatever, you know. So he doubles to Raikou. So he's just racking up rocks damage. Like, I have no problem with this. I see he's Air Balloon, which is cool, but Gravity would override that if I can get it up again. So yeah, I'm Assault Vest. I don't care if he goes for Scald. I should be able to win this 1v1. So I'm just gonna go for the knock. Aura Sphere would be the same damage. Scald obviously can't burn me due to my fire typing. He does like 30%, so he's probably like, oh shit, he's AB. I'm not winning this fight. I think I just go for knock again, because it should kill at this point. And it covers any switch in. Or do I U-turn? I think I knock. Yeah. Why not? He gets out of there. He says, no, this is not for me. I'm not having this. And Incineroar is a little offended, but you know. Let's see who we get. Celesteela. Wow. This was actually a risky switch because I could have gone for the fire move here. But I still do a good amount. Oh yeah. Damn, how much attack did I have on Incineroar? Fuck. Jesus. I actually don't remember, but obviously I had some investment. So at this point, I don't care if he gets an attack boost. I do care if he gets a speed boost. So I think my best bet is just to stay in and attack. Alright. he has acrobatics, which is cool. He's obviously expecting to get knocked off at some point. I did bring knockoff on 3, 4 of my mons, so good idea on his part. As a man who's used Alolan Marowak and is currently using it, I know that your opponents, they bring a lot of knockoff. It's just so good against Marowak. So yeah, no problem here. I outspeed this. Here I'm debating if I want to sub or Plasma Fist, but I think he might just let this go down in Earthquake, so I don't feel like sub's worth it. He could switch in, you know, Volt Absorb Gardevoir, but I could still 1v1 that even if it's at max health, so I'm not concerned. And then Zygarde's in play rough range, so that's no problem. At this point I'm thinking Zeraora, baby. Basically got it locked up. You know, barring like some misses or like some crazy scarf action. You know, huge crit there. Massive crit. Yeah, so the only option he really has is Gardevoir at this point, since the other two just get knocked out in one hit, and it's sped. Gardevoir comes in. Now I can't go for Plasma Fist, obviously, because he traces my Volt Absorb. But I'm thinking even if he's Scarf, I will just knock him off and outspeed him the next turn. He is Scarf. Hits me with a Moonblast. I have a lot of Spadef, but that would still be a 2 KO. So, good thing I had Knock. Take him down to like 20%. And I just get another free knockoff. It's kind of the theme of this game, turns out. Whole lot of knockoff. So, that goes down. And yeah, his only chance now is for me to miss a play rough against his Zygarde. And so I'm looking at the HP and I'm thinking I don't remember if I've knocked him off yet. So I'm like, shit, does knockoff kill if I've already knocked him off? I think it does. So I go for it, and turns out I hadn't even knocked him off yet, so it didn't matter. Literally no problem. And yeah, that's gonna be the game. Celesteel's the last mon. Zeraora cleans it up. So yeah, this was a really fun match. It was real even early on, real back and forth, and then just Zeraora is like so good at cleaning up. Even if you're scarfed, you know, he just knocks off your scarf and then it speeds you the next turn. I've really been enjoying using Zeraora. I will certainly draft it again if I can. I think I like it more than Landorus. But yeah, that's the game. I moved to 4-0 plus 16, so that puts me top of the league. Sole possession of first position, baby. But yeah, great match to Squid. I love playing against Squid. He's a great guy. You should definitely check him out if you haven't. He's a real joy to watch, and he's got some nice production values too. You know, some great graphics, and strong battler, and very innovative. So check out Squid if you haven't. I'm going to put a link in the description. And that's probably what I'm saying at this point. I said something along these lines. Also, my next week matchup is against Ace Trainer Ryan. Never played him, but I've watched a few of his games now. He's quite good. I'm excited to face him. Love playing new people. And that'll be the last game of the regular season. So if I beat him, I go undefeated, and should get first round bye in the playoffs. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and catch me next week.